Kamaru Usman was here at WWE headquarters visiting Triple H. This is a while ago now. This is like a few weeks ago. So I just must have forgot that this was even in here, right? So they're chilling. There you go. Usman, people would argue in his prime, one of the best welterweights of all time. And then Ariel Helwani a while ago as well. I believe this is like well over a week, 2 weeks ago. Ariel Helwani alluded that Jake and Logan will not be fighting. So I was all shocked. What? It was just a reality show? He knew. Ariel always knows, dude. Gabe Kidd, who we've covered here a little bit. We've tried to cover him as much as possible. He's a great hand. I encourage you all go check out his Wrestle Kingdom match. Beyond that, I haven't been like keeping up because Kenny beat him. If Gabe had to beat his ass and then walked into AEW and was like, oh, bitch, slap you in your own, bruv, I'd have been so into it. But no, they didn't do that. And he's got a great look, great attitude. He calls people out. He's fearless. And like Nikki Bella and Brie mode, he's fearless, right? But Gabe Kidd, bruv, is like, Eric Bischoff, you a waste man, bro. So that's some like, you a waste man, bro. Do we have to Urban Dictionary that? I don't know. That one's even flying over my head. Anybody from around Gabe Kidd's neck of the woods who knows you a waste man? I love it. And then he goes at Bischoff again, but this could be a part of maybe Gabe Kidd and MLW possibly because Bischoff is doing it, and Gabe does this work shoot thing. He tries to work people into shoots. Okay. He's not really going to run up and punch Bischoff you guys know what I mean? He's a professional. Trust me. And the right people trained him, and he's worked with the right people over the last years. But this is what I'll say. He goes, imagine ruining WCW at some point. Now you a bitch. I think it's maybe because he's friends with Ospreay, IRL, and they're saying AEW is where careers go to die. And Gabe Kidd, I predicted, all X-Files myself, but I told you all this a long while back, right? Probably not even. I do so many of these shows. It probably wasn't even that long ago. But I think Tony Khan is sort of the reason Gabe Kidd's allowed to shoot on him in promos and stuff, but that Chris Charlton guy isn't, is because Tony Khan is going to hire Gabe Kidd. He's already poached everyone from New Japan. He's probably already got, here's the thing, right? We've talked about it as well. Tony Khan and Maple Leaf Pro have sort of a TNA WWE thing already before they announced the TNA WWE thing. It's just low key. It's just behind the scenes because it's all private. Right, where WWE's public, so they have to do this. And Anthem's like, I'm not sure if Anthem's public. No, is it not? No, I don't think it is. But either way, they try to make it seems like that's the direction they're trying to go. Ultimately, people think WWE will buy TNA, and I think if they do, it won't be called like WWE Impact, or it'll just be TNA, but it'll just be a subsidiary of WWE. That's how I think they'll still continue to brand it and market it and everything if they do that. Because that's what TKO and Endeavor sort of do. It's like the UFC. They've scooped up all these other organizations. They're used to this. So is the WWE. Anyways, though, I digress. I think Gabe Kidd is sort of, hey, dude, you're promised all this money. You're going to come here. We got you locked down. Maybe not on paper, but Tony's like, I'm in on the work, boys, right? Should I get my neck brace? Oh, okay. I'll sit this way. It's like, no, bruv, just don't say anything. Kenny's like, yeah, Tony, just don't say anything, dude. Let us handle this. But anyways, though,
it's great.
Shout out Gabe Kidd because I like guys who use their social media to like work an angle or keep me wondering, do their gimmick. You have to imagine people say, what if there was Twitter back in the day? I think it would have been just as bad. But if they were trained the same way, where like you got the beat out of you or you had to beat the shit out of people to defend the business, then maybe not. Maybe you'd see more people doing their gimmicks. But even Undertaker is just Mark Calloway now. So it is what it is, man. Life moves on. Okay, so what else do we have for light news? I guess, does TNA quantify light news? No, it doesn't quantify light news. That was light news. Round of applause for light news, ladies and gentlemen. TNA gets its own thing now. Familia Mysterio. Dominik Mysterio says he would love to show up in TNA and take over. And Rey Mysterio doesn't rule out a TNA appearance amid WWE partnership. Now you see people coping. All lies. This account is ran by a con artist and habitual liar. And like, I get it. You don't like the guy who runs it, but I guarantee if I ran up on Rey Mysterio and I just said, is the possibility of you ever being in TNA? And then he goes, yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. I mean, there's a maybe a 0.1% chance. And then you just write this headline. That's the game these days. So I guarantee you, like, I'm not defending Ringside News by any means. We're about to look at their utter meltdown, but it's just funny how people get so triggered by TNA. If you notice that, if you try and put over TNA or you say anything that kind of gives them any shine right now, people get so upset. Like even Dave Meltzer, study the business. Oh, you weren't right before me. You weren't right before Bischoff. You're a con artist. And it's like, dude, I said it. There's going to be a TNA PLE or PPV because I think they are moving away from PLE too. I think TNA is like, no, we're calling them pay-per-view still or whatever. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty positive on that. But like a pay-per-view for TNA, attendance-wise, will outdraw an AEW pay-per-view. Now, worse has happened. GCW outdrew AEW Dynamite in the same building. So people want to get mad about my TNA prediction. Yo, listen, worse than that has already happened for AEW that even I didn't think that would happen, So don't get mad at me for like my mid-level when there's like a whole tier of worseness that already happened to them. Not saying it's bad that other feds are outdrawing, but GCW is purely an indie. These are on TBS and have Ospreay and Monet and all this, and they're getting outdrawn in the same building as indies. They're sweating like HOG wrestling and stuff. So yes, I think we see Dom. I don't think we ever see Ray. That's my prediction if I had to X-Files it. Here, and I'll give a banjo for fucking